Morning, good Thursday evening to you. It is time for Weather Geeks as we gear up for the weekend. Today, easily the coldest, harshest day of the winter season thus far. We won't do a lot better on Friday, but we'll do somewhat better. And it doesn't have to be like this at this time of the year, right? We had wind chills in the single digits today, temperatures in the teens most of the day. But it was on today's date 9 years ago. And we set a new record high, and we crushed the old record high. The previous record high for December 12th was 60 degrees. We beat it by 7 degrees on this date back in 2015. December of 2015 was a very, very warm month of December as a very strong El Nino set in the Pacific Ocean that winter, and that really drove the pattern. And that winter, the winter of 2015-2016, was the beginning, really, of a string of winters that we've had ever since that have largely been pretty warm. We had a near average winter, 17 into 18. Every other winter's been pretty warm compared to the average. And this, warm December of 2015 was the first month of meteorological winter that season after two straight pretty cold winters. In fact, very cold winters from 13 to 14 and 14 into 15. So teens here today, 9 years ago, 67 degrees and a record high. Now, with the colder weather we've had of late, the lakes have continued to cool off, of course. In fact, there's a little bit of tenuous ice trying to form in the shallowest parts of the western end of Lake Erie. But for the lake as a whole, Lake Erie is still running 2 degrees warmer than the average, so no surprise that we've got another big-time lake effect event that has been ongoing. It's been a fire hose of snow pointed at western New York in particular, and there's been some places in kind of the traditional areas, Orchard Park and some of the southern suburbs of Buffalo, some places, picked up well over a foot in a matter of just a few hours last night and early this morning. So it's been tough going up there. Thankfully, all that is a miss for us. The scattered snow showers last evening did result in some coatings around our area, and, it was a little bit slick here and there for a time last night, but the actual accumulation numbers were fairly modest. But we are keeping an eye on the radar this evening. We've actually got a little sneaky disturbance crossing kind of the Route 30 corridor, the Interstate 70 corridor this evening from Champaign to Indianapolis and heading over towards Dayton and Columbus. Doesn't look like much on the radar, and it isn't much, but not going to be surprised if, as this little skiff of snow comes east, it tries to coat the ground in some places later on this evening. In our viewing area, this will be mostly after about 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. Night owls, early morning risers, really early morning risers, you might encounter just a little bit of snow accumulation as this disturbance works across. Your best chance of maybe seeing the ground coated maybe south of Route 224 and even south of Route 30. Closer you are to East Liverpool, to Carrollton, down towards Steubenville, places like that. That may be your best chance of seeing a little bit of snow that tries to stick to things overnight. All right, not as harsh on Friday. It's going to be a cold day, but it won't be as blustery as today. So the wind chill in the morning will be in the single digits. We'll see a balmy 20-degree wind chill tomorrow afternoon with air temperatures in the mid-20s. Not exactly a great day to be outdoors, but better than today. Temperatures even underachieved some today. We were looking for about 23. It only got to 20 officially at the Youngstown Warren Airport, and that was this morning. We spent most of the afternoon hovering around 18 to 19 degrees. It'll turn out to be a mostly sunny day once again. Some lake effect cloudiness still present, especially well north of Interstate 80, but for the most part, this will be a fairly bright day unfolding on Friday with that ineffective December sunshine. Actually, with a mostly clear sky for a Friday night, good chance to check out the Geminid meteor shower. I'll talk more about that tonight and tomorrow on social media and on our newscasts, but the year's best meteor shower is getting set to peak tomorrow night. It's too bad our best meteor shower always happens in December, but we'll have a good opportunity tomorrow night with a mostly clear sky to see several meteors in the sky. Get off to a frigid start Saturday, but Saturday's the better half of the weekend. Now let's focus a little bit on Sunday. A little bit of a tricky scenario on Sunday. We're going to have rain pushing in. The problem is, with that clear sky early Saturday night, temperatures will drop down into the 20s. They may start rising a little bit towards daybreak, but it still may be 31 to 32 as this rain pushes in around daybreak or shortly thereafter Sunday morning. Not going to be surprised if we have a couple of hours of freezing rain Sunday morning. Now, this isn't going to be freezing rain with a temperature of 26. This is going to be perhaps freezing rain with it right around 31, 32. Not looking for huge impacts out of this, but could it be enough to cause a little glaze on some surfaces Sunday morning? Yeah, that's going to be a possibility. The bulk of Sunday, though, everything will just be wet and gloomy, as rain will be around for a lot of the day. And while the weekend will not exactly be warm, it will be more seasonable after a couple of frigid days Thursday and Friday, 38 Saturday and 39 degrees on our Sunday. And we'll actually see temperatures crescendo early next week with a high of 50 on Monday. That'll probably be the pick day of next week. Showers probably push in later Monday into Monday night, winding down Tuesday. That's with a front that will keep marching east, and it will be a step down in our temperatures. There may be a stronger front. In fact, it looks like there will be a stronger front in that last weekend before Christmas. So looking for something right around the first day of winter, and again, that last weekend before Christmas, looking for a pretty good cold shot. Now, it may not be as cold as it was today even, or even tomorrow, but looks pretty cold for a couple of days. I do think, though, that I'm becoming more and more confident that we are going to see temperatures moderate in the week between Christmas and New Year's. Temperatures may stay below average through Christmas morning, but then starting Christmas Day, it may start to warm back up. And this is the temperature outlook from today's European extended model suite for the week between Christmas and New Year's. This basically takes us from Christmas morning through the very end of the year and the first day of January. And from coast to coast, actually, warmth will be favored. Now, is this super warm? Nah, I kind of doubt that, but I do think it will be noticeably milder probably during that stretch than it will be in the run-up to Christmas, which looks pretty darn cold, starting around the 20th and perhaps lasting all the way through Christmas Eve, if not Christmas morning. Will it come with any snow? Still too early to say. We talked about the white Christmas chances on last evening's video. Go back and check that out. I do think it will be cold enough to snow in the lead up to Christmas, but will there be moisture meeting up with that cold air? That certainly remains to be seen. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Thursday night. Have a great night, and stay safe. If you'll be out driving later on this evening, there might be just a little bit of snow on those roads, especially in our southern viewing area.